Coming up.
I do have some toys. I think it, I don't know where it is. Don't put this in your video. Thanks a lot, Ed's Retro Geek Out.
Hi, my name is Ed, international toy hunter collector, and this year I'm making my way back to the holy grounds of the Windy City, the Chicago Kane County Toy Show. However, I'm flying into Texas so my friends and I can road trip our way up, conquer the elements, and toy hunt.
We're in a blizzard!
You never know what you're getting into with these guys. Come along as we hit up toy stores, antique malls, and follow signs on the side of the road for holy grails, oddities, and collection tours. I did end up getting away with a couple things. So welcome to Eddie Toy Hunts on the road to Kane County. So hey guys, it seems like I found myself in another collection room again. Oh!
Hey guys.
It's Dan.
It's me!
Wow.
Welcome to my room.
Yeah, I kind of just huddled along with the rest of the people. Trying to skirm my way in here.
That's right, yeah.
Because I heard he had like a pretty fun toy room.
I do have some toys. One or two of them. I mean, lots of he guys.
He guys?
Yeah.
Wow. She girls.
I like those. He guys and she girls. I like those.
You're pretty like into the Mario stuff as well, like Nintendo.
Yeah, well, I like the retro video gaming. That's another one of my passions, and this is kind of my fun little setup. It's way scaled down. Like I used to be one of those guys that had like the wall of video games on display, but most of them are like boxed up at this point. And I kind of just have like some of my favorite games up now that I can grab and play when I want to play them. So.
I love the setup. I love this. It's like the Aurora monster displays.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like it looks like that.
Yeah. Oh,
I have never seen these. Like
yeah.
the
So
Super Mario.
these are great because these are like some of the very first Nintendo toys that were released here in the U.S. Like Hasbro did these, and they're called trophy figures because if you see, they've got like a little spot where you're supposed to put like your high score and the date that you achieved the high score, and it's like supposed to be a trophy. It's hilarious, but
it's a cool concept.
It is a cool concept, and they did Mario, they did Zelda ones, and then there's also Punch-Out ones. But the Punch-Out ones are like the hardest to find.
They're the Grail?
Super obscure. Yeah. The Zelda ones are next, and then the Mario ones are pretty common, but really fun.
Oh man, this thing in television, but it has Masters of the Universe on it.
Yeah. So I mean, I've got the Power of He-Man game, and then it came with like the little controller.
Oh, those are the the overlays.
The overlays for the buttons. Yeah.
I was like, is that like an additional?
Yeah, He-Man edition of television.
Okay, I've seen countless videos of this room, of his studio, but nothing beats being there and being able to see these toys in real life and asking about all this awesome stuff he has. Yeah. Turtles? You got the Japanese versions here?
They're my favorite. They're
so freaking cool.
This is my favorite. I love the Metal Mutants Donatello.
The Saint Science?
Yeah. Yes.
Pretty much.
Basically, that's exactly what they are.
What does he transform into?
So this one's kind of like, what is he? It's like a griffin or something, right? Or this one's more like a... It almost looks like a bear with wings.
Bear dragon?
Yeah. Bear dragon. I know, they're so weird. Because it's like Raph is like a Pegasus.
Yeah.
Mikey is more like a spider thing. Yeah, because he's got like the big spider legs. And then Shredder turns into like a lion.
Oh, you even have
so he
Shredders. You have the Turtle Saint, but you also have one of the Shredders?
Yeah, this is the Demon Shredder. Have you ever seen this one?
There's still one more. Yeah, not in real life.
This one is pretty... This one, I mean, the box is not in the best shape, but like this one is so cool because this one did not get released in the U.S.
Yeah.
This is the one that was like Japan only. So he's got like
I think the Turtle Saint also.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Yes. The Saint Turtle also did not get a U.S.
and
release.
He also has there's another Shredder in the line as well.
Yeah. It's the one that's the... Oh, it's this one right here.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, behind this glow-in-the-dark edition of the Super Set.
Yeah, I recommend this guy.
Wow.
You can take a closer look at him. Yeah, those are my favorites. The Takara Turtles. I mean, they're just they're so cool, and I love the metal mutants. Love the vac metal and all that stuff is just so cool to me.
I just found one of these guys over at a toy store.
These crack me up, dude.
Yeah.
They're just the fact
They
that
look so funny. It
they're
looks like
so
Grandpa
fat.
Turtles.
Yeah. The middle-aged mutant Ninja Turtles.
I like that. You're using the space well.
Trying to, and it's you know, it's a challenge.
Because
right?
like whenever I get like these glass cases, I just fill them up and you can't see what's in there anymore. Is that something you've learned to do? Like, don't put too much in?
Well, so I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. In this room, like, this has been a work in progress since I moved into this house like 6 years ago. Just within this year, I've got it where it's like I can walk in here, you know what I mean? So it's hard because I do have so much stuff, and it's one of those things where you're constantly trying to figure out, like, what do I display? Because obviously I can't display everything. With the glass cases, I opted to make them more like museum type presentations of some of my favorite stuff, like some of the higher end things or some of like the statues. That's what I decided to use the glass cases for. And then I got these bookcases, which are perfect height for these kind of tiered stands, and just kind of decided, like, I'm just gonna set up like lines of some of my favorite toys. It just happens to be that He-Man.
So these are the Billy cases.
These are the Billy cases from IKEA.
Had you wished you had gone for white?
Is it because of like the dust? Like the dust does...
It's not the dust, but to me, it somehow puts more light to the figures on.
So they're dark in the back, and we kind of noticed that when we were looking at some of those others. It's a little dark in the back.
Same problem.
But I don't know. I like the black. Well, I like the contrast too. Like I painted the walls purple.
Oh yeah.
Because purple's my favorite color, and the black and the purple, I just think it looks really cool. Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't like the white ones.
Yeah. Me neither. But I'm like my girlfriend was like, oh, you need to put white in there.
I get that though.
Because the colors will pop.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, black is cool. It's metal.
Yeah.
You know?
It's metal. I love it.
And then like she showed me one of the cases,
Black
and it's like,
like
yeah, okay, it works better because like light goes in there.
You're totally right, though. Yeah.
I mean, it's just a tip. Like, if
okay,
I'm gonna redo
all
try,
this now.
You know?
Just redo all this, put the white ones in. Thanks a lot, Ed's Retro Geek Out.
Thank you, man.
No, yeah, thanks for coming and looking at it. I like when I get to show it off to people. It's like probably one of the rarest things in the vintage line. And then that's the Big Jim Tiger, and that's the Tarzan cat there.
Is that European exclusive? The Panther? Is it
this here?
Yeah.
No,
Tarzan.
Yep, Tarzan line. Yep, and then that one's the Big Jim, and then
laser lights.
Yeah, the lasers.
Both
I got
head sculpts?
both head sculpts. Although this one's missing like the sword and the shoulder armor, but I have both head sculpts. I know it's a little dark in there. This is the Malaysia.
Oh, okay.
So he's got like the axe has got like the little extra handle piece on there. Staction figures, which are like statue action figures. Yeah. So like when the 2002 toy line got canceled, NECA picked up the license and they finished the line as statues, but statues that could fit in with the figures.
Yeah.
So so the tongue they finished up the Snake Men. Like these three in the front are the figures, and then those three in the back are the statues that they did to finish the Snake Men.
So they're early NECA?
Yep.
The
Castle Grayskull alarm clock. Have you ever seen this?
No.
I love
Castle Grayskulls.
Random.
Didn't they have a toothbrush one?
I have the toothbrush too.
I had that when I was a kid.
I think it. I don't know where it is. That's the thing. I've got so much stuff. I don't know where it's all at. But I don't think the batteries work in this. But when the alarm goes off, there's this little He-Man and Skeletor that like raise up out of here.
Oh,
yeah.
So cool.
Does it actually show you how late it is, or there? Yeah.
Yeah. So you open the drawbridge. It's got the clock in there, and then it's actually the way it's working. Look, the clock's working. So let me see. I don't know. The batteries might be low because usually. Let's see. I want to make this thing go off. It's really obnoxious though. It's just like this meep, really loud thing. But then He-Man and Skeletor just come raising out of the top of it. It's amazing. And then you push this button on the top to like reset it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to break it. I think it needs new batteries, but it's awesome. I love this thing.
What we didn't really go into is the vintage part of his MOTU collection. It's really impressive seeing all these OG releases, the new Adventures ones. There's even a Norder playset over here amongst grails like Eternia or the Giants. So do you think like the Classics line got out of hand?
Got out of hand? I mean, I definitely think there's some weird choices for figures in there, but honestly, I think it's the most complete we're ever gonna see a He-Man toy line. Like, I don't even think the current stuff's gonna... I mean, Origins is doing a pretty good job, but it's like a different style entirely. Yeah. Like, collector quality figures, I don't think Masterverse is gonna go as far as this line.
Because these were all like mail away pre-order.
They were basic. They were all direct to consumer through.
Were you there day one?
I was. Yeah.
How was it?
It was crazy.
Was it like super exciting?
Well, it was really exciting.
You had the commemorative line first, and then this thing came out.
So right. Well, the commemorative line was in 2000, and then the 2002 toy line kicked off, which like relaunched the brand. And then when that line ended, you know, NECA picked up and like finished the line with the statue. So that was in like 05 or so, and then it was just dead. There was nothing for a couple years. And at this point, everybody was still like way into the 2000s show. Everybody wanted it to come back. Everybody wanted more toys. And so Mattel started teasing everybody by putting like what would become this He-Man like in displays at conventions, and this was in like 07 or so. So people were like, what's going on? What are they gonna do? And then they officially launched with that King Grayskull up here, which was like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which was the kind of like official start of this new toy line. And then that's when they were like, starting in 2008, online only, $20 a figure. And at first everybody was like, $20 a figure, that's outrageous. That's outrageous. We will never pay $20 a figure.
Yeah.
Weird how things work, right? Weird how things go. But we did.
I like the Christmas one over there.
Oh yeah,
that one
freaking cool.
Super 7 did that one. But that wrapping paper originally came in the old Masters of the Universe magazine.
Wow.
They'd like put it, like, because you know sometimes they would have fold-out posters, and in a Christmas issue, that wrapping paper was in there, so you can pull it out, and then Super 7 reprinted the wrapping paper for that release, which is really cool.
So it's just repurposed artwork, really?
Repurposed artwork, yeah.
Not putting any effort into it.
I think I sold that wrapping paper when I was a boy.
Yeah, you sold it when you were a Boy Scout.
What's your favorite piece? If you take one off the shelf, keep forever.
But, like, didn't it get out of hand for you? Like, getting all these? Like, at what point? How many of these were coming out a year?
So, when it started the first year, it was like one a month. It was totally manageable, right? Because, like, one a month's not so bad to make sure you have $20 set aside. And also, like, we were all in different parts of our lives at this point, too, right? So, like, that was a big commitment for me to make sure I had $20 free a month for a figure that was going to come in the mail. But by the like heat of it, like in the middle when it was like crazy, I mean, we were getting like 2 figures a month and a quarterly beast, and then every now and then they would drop random exclusives. So it was getting real intense. It was difficult. And there were plenty of times where I missed having just 1 figure a month. Sometimes I feel like that right now. Like with all the figures that are dropping right now with Masterverse and Origins, I'm like, I kind of wish I'd go back to getting 1 new one a month.
I mean, at that time, you probably...
It's just too much.
At that time, you probably would have never thought that there'd be like 4 or 5 lines at the same time.
Never. When this was going on, we thought this was it. We thought this was He-Man's swan song. We better get as much of this as we can, because we're never going to see He-Man toys ever again. So, like, when this line ended and they like immediately launched Origins, it was like, what are you guys doing? What is this? Why are we doing vintage toys again? This is weird. And that's how I felt when the Origins first launched. I was like, this feels like a step backwards. This is weird. And now I love Origins. Like, Origins is like one of my favorite toy lines that's out there. But yeah, then we got Masterverse, and then they did the minis, and like, it's bananas. I just can't believe there's so many He-Man toys now.
It's crazy. I think it definitely, like, if you look at these, like, once you got them, you were like completely in love.
Oh yeah.
It checked all the boxes
so
for you as a collector.
And
at $20.
Right, at
right
$20.
Now these would be like 80 or 90, right?
Yeah, and it's crazy because also,
I mean, if they were to come out now.
If they were to come out now, and we were doing, because I bet these are smaller productions too than the current stuff.
Yeah, because like the Man-at-Arms, he's tough to get, right?
Yeah, and the original Tila was for a long time. Fisto is still a really expensive figure. He only got 1 release. And it's funny too when you look at these, like, I still think the sculpting looks great on them, but if we're talking in terms of like the overall design of these toys, the articulation, the build, they're actually outdated. They've all got only, single joints at the knees, single joints at the elbows. A lot of people complain about that with these because they're not as posable, but like, I don't know, like
At the time when it came out, was
At the time when they came
it
out,
up to standard, or?
it was like we're getting super posable He-Man toys. This is crazy. We never thought we'd see this. So I don't know, like this was just such an exciting time to be a fan, and even with as much cool stuff that's out there right now, I don't think it's been recaptured. Like, I don't think anything's, like, if you lived during this era of buying these toys, this was something special that we're never going to get again, is the way I feel.
It's the way I felt when, like, the NECA movie TMNT came out.
Oh,
But
yeah.
when they came out, I was like, wow, this is great. I love these movies.
Yeah.
They look like, when you start making pictures with them, it felt like,
It was-
I'm making, like, movie pictures.
It was amazing to get
But
a
then
toy.
you had the Super Semi. You had
Oh, I know, and
all
now
of
there's
these
so
lines.
much turtles.
You
I
at least had
know.
some breather years, you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but obviously after like 3 years, and then they started pumping out more stuff, you're like, oh, I'm too into it already.
I remember
I can't get out.
at the when this was going strong, classics. The thing I kept saying was I would die for a Turtles line that's exactly like this He-Man line. And now we have that line.
Yeah,
But then we also have this line and like way too many other Turtles lines. And now I'm at a point where I'm just like, there's just too many. There's too many Turtles. It's nuts.
we can't take it anymore.
We can't stop with
it.
the Turtles. It's too many.
Not many Transformers Joe, I'm like flexing.
Yeah. Where's the Joe? Where's all the G.I.
No.
Joes at?
If you were that, you can only take one.
He only can take one. He's got to get out of the house. And
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what would be like the most meaningful of all of these. And I would probably have to lean towards Mosquitor, because he was my favorite character, obviously, from the vintage line, but like Mattel did so much with me directly to reveal this figure that it's like kind of this cool memory that I have. Like, I was so closely tied to the release of this toy in this line that like that's I don't know, that's something cool that's probably never gonna happen again, you know what I mean? So like, I don't know, if we're talking like strictly like what's the most special memories tied to it, it's probably that Mosquitor figure for sure.
that's a good pick.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big He-Man fan, but I really like. I'm going through. I'm like, what am I now? What am I? Like,
cool
I told
line.
Craig, like, you gotta find me these ones. I want all these.
Dude,
ones.
those are the
because I love that movie so much.
Dude, I
When I was a kid.
wanted toys of this movie
Yes.
for so long.
Yes.
When these came out, these like checked off some serious bucket list items for me. I didn't think we would ever get these.
No.
I never thought these would happen. That Gold God Skeletor is like a dream come true
That
figure
is-
for
that
me.
was- he needs a throne.
That was the very end of the Super 7 line,
needs a
man.
throne.
Yeah.
He needs a throne.
He does. Oh my god.
You know,
they
something
did do that throne because that's what came with Snake Mountain.
Yeah.
So I got that one. That came with this.
That's gonna be like gold. And
I do like
That's awesome.
my son.
I do like that.
My son chained Pac-Man up on Snake Mountain. Yeah. Yeah, Pac-Man's in
I like the
trouble.
shelves too. I like this.
Thanks. So I've had these for a long time. Back when I did have white shelves. So now they don't really match, but I didn't want to rebuy it because they're expensive, man. Tiered stands are expensive. So my plan is to like eventually replace these with like some clear acrylic ones that'll work, but like
Yeah, but you got these that are grippy.
they're non-stick. Yeah. I mean like they're grippy, yes.
What I use was grippy tape that you put on like roofs. If I put them across the
yeah.
stairs, those toys do not fall off. Even
Yeah.
Joe's don't fall off.
Some of these guys have some loose ankle issues, so they
Yeah.
dive a lot. This Hordak dives all the time. This
I'm at a
He-Man
lot.
dives all the time.
So yeah, Dan, thanks for allowing me to come over with the
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, congratulations on your new add to the collection.
Thank you. I'm very excited
That's,
about it. I
that's
gotta
cool.
find somewhere to put it, but I love merchandise like that, so I'm really excited to have it. But I'm glad you're here, man. It's really cool having you here.
It's
and
crazy to be in your house.
I like
but,
showing off
yeah.
the stuff. You know, we don't get to do that very often in person. So.
That's what I love about being in Attic Invaders, getting to do stuff like this. So
Yeah,
thanks
man.
for having me over.
Of course.
And yeah, thanks to you guys for watching and coming along. See you in the next one. Bye.
Love it.
Being a longtime fan of the Pixel Dan YouTube channel, I think one of the first things I saw him in was Game Chasers or the Video Game Years. That's how I got to know of his channel, start watching and start learning about all these toys, and I just love seeing collection rooms like this. Getting the tour around with him as a guide in his collection was just an insane experience, and I want to thank all the guys for, you know, just bringing me along. Thank you, Craig. Thanks, Crocco. Thanks, everybody, for, you know, allowing me to join in on the ride for this. And obviously Mike always has to ask if there's something for sale, and apparently Dan, he was going through his VHS stuff, got his doubles out, and there was one VHS tape in there I kind of still needed. This is the Coming Out Their Shells tour, the making of VHS tape. He had a double of this, and it's, you know, part of that Turtle history when they were just at the peak of everything. Everything was Turtles. You had the first movie coming out, you had this live action theater show. Wow. And knowing that it came from his collection, and it's gonna go in one of those glass cases right there, that's just freaking cool. So thanks for this gift, Dan, and thanks for showing me around, man. Now we're actually gonna head back on the road for some more toy hunting, so be sure to subscribe for more 80s and 90s toy videos, toy hunting videos. I got some toy histories coming up. If you like to do more, you can always support me on Patreon, but I love you just as much if you leave a like, leave a comment down below. And yeah, thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Do you think, like, the what is this stuff called again?
He-Man.
Yeah, but I mean the Mattel.
This is the Masters of the Universe Classics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't put this in your video.
Oh,
You're gonna
no.
make me